winner, legendary Dick Webber, having counted the stakes which face his son. 4 weeks ago, Pete won in Miami. And if he wins today, he'll be a single victory away from $1 million. For the 24th season of the Professional Bowlers Tour. Today, the second half of the competition on the tour after a 2-year layoff. From Portland, Oregon, Jim Winklepleck. In our opening match, he'll face the number 4 bowler, seeking his 15th career title from Indianapolis, Webb. The winner of that match will meet the tournament's defending champion, working for his 3rd professional win from Margate, Florida, Ricky Sajak. Second place, one of the tour's most colorful performers, a holder of 3 PBA titles, Ernie Slagle, and the tournament leader, this year's leading money winner, who's not only thinking about the $20,000 top prize, but also a $1 million bonus from St. Louis, Pete Webber. To say about it, and they will, believe me. Here's Winklepleck from Portland, Oregon, 26-year-old. Who stayed off the tour for 2 years to be around his young, growing family. And crossing over, leading the 6-10. Average 219 for the week. This is a championship that started with 160 players. Cut down to 24, and now after 42 games, we have these 5 going for the $20,000 first prize in the Light Beer Championship. Cross lane. And a good mark for Jim Winklepleck, 26 years old, 5'10", 180 pounds. I don't think most of you know about this 14-time winner in a 10-year PBA career. Bowling out of Indianapolis now, originally from Rehoboth, Massachusetts, Webb. So that always is a heartbreaker to start in the first frame with that.
To 6-7, Webb trying to stroke the ball today, realizing he has to win 4 games in order to win the championship. Throws the ball a little too slow, cuts right through the middle of the pins, leaves the 6-7 split. He'll go for it, trying to slide the 6 over into the 7.
Using 2 bowling balls, a black for his first shot, a blue for his second, and it's an open frame. Replay of a profile.
The short steps of Webb, his eyes down. And watch how he drives through on his pivot step, and then a little bit stiff-legged as he comes to the line and slides about 1 foot behind the foul line, a little bit like the great Don Carter, who used to end up so far behind the foul line. Webb looking for his first mark.
And the man that won the Firestone Tournament of Champions in 1980, when he was also Bowler of the Year, Webb, leaves the 4-pin on the left lane. There you see his statistics.
Simple spare for Webb across lane, standing on the right, use it around the 3rd arrow from the right-hand channel. Should never miss this shot.
Webb, who had to win the last game last night in order to move into 4th. First breakdown, 20 to the winner, 11 for runner-up, 7,500, 6,000. And for 5th, in other words, the loser of the match you're watching now will get a check for 5,000. Winner moves ahead. Winklepleck.
42-game format for the players this week. They start on Tuesday with practice and Pro-Am, qualifying Wednesday and Thursday, championship top 24, Thursday night and Friday. Here's Winklepleck in 2nd place.
Crossover. He'll take up a nice wry smile. Wife Patrice is here, mother of Marcus, 2.5 years, and Kara, 6 months.
The upright style of Jim Winklepleck. His eyes are very steady, his left shoulder's back. Look at how that wrist is cocked behind the ball. He throws the big, powerful ball. Good knee bend, good extension, just doesn't give it enough room and speed as wife Patrice was on.
Very appreciative of the fact that Jim stayed home, get to know his 2.5-year-old son a little better, and the birth of their daughter. High hit, 3-6-10. They really having problems.
The characteristics of the lane showing up. All the players say the left-hand lane hooks a little bit more than the right. It's just the way the boards are laid in the lane. And he cuts high leads to 3, 6, 10. The thing they have to watch for today is keep the speed on the ball. You can't try to stroke the ball too much when the lanes are hooking that hard.
All right, keep marking. That is always a key when the pressure is on in our live telecast, folks. And just keep marking. Avoid the open frame, which Webb sustained in the first, but marked with the spare in the second. Now shooting in the third on the right line. Wobbly 10.
Wayne made the adjustment that time for the high hit in the third frame. He just threw the ball harder. That makes it skid a little farther down the lane and delays the hook as he switches to another bowling ball for the spare. A lot of the big cranker or power players like Wayne Webb will use a shinier or low friction ball for their spare. It's so hard to create the spare.
Speaking of number of bowling balls, though, Bud Fisher, PR director of the PBA, said probably during a week there are 16 tons of bowling balls around the site of competition. Can you imagine?
Well, 160 players entered the competition. Each player is allowed a maximum of 8 balls in the competition. So whatever 8 times 16 times 160 is.
And it's a 2-pin for Wayne Webb, still trying to find the pocket.
Wayne, a bowling proprietor in the Indianapolis area, has been in that business for about 3 years now, and still maintains his profile as one of the top players on the PBA Tour.
Well done. You saw he had 17 sanctioned 300 games. Homestead, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland. The Florida Derby will be live, so will the boxing championship. Now this shot of Jim Winklepleck, leading by 13 pins, spare up. Second strike. Earlier we talked to Jim, asking why he's back on the tour full time.
I was out on the tour in 1980 and 1981. I had fairly good success, but decided that I'd like to go home and start a family. And now my kids are growing up, so it's time to come back out and see if I can make a living again.
Dedicated dad. All right. Strike up. Double here would put him in front by 23. Well, that really went to Brooklyn, Bo.
Boy, he knew it when he let go of it. He just double clutched that ball and just didn't give it any room at all. And what happens is the ball gets about halfway down the lane, right in this area here. He wants it to go in the 1-3. And it takes a very sharp break and actually hits over in the 2-4 zone. A very tough lead to convert, the 1-3-6-9 for a power player like Winklepleck. He'll go for the pocket area.
And there's a sleeper. It's an open frame. Let's replay it.
Said it's a tough spare for a big power player. Watch, the ball does not deflect. You see it hits the 1-3 instead of deflecting into the 9-pin. Cooks right by, and he's left the door wide open for Wayne Webb. Now, neither one of these players has had anything going. Webb, the more experienced player, should take advantage of that open frame here in the fifth.
Those open frames. Like he's done so often, jumped on the opportunity and sort of gave the crowd a look.
The power that these top players use. Watch this hit. The ball hits the 1, 3, 5, and it's supposed to hit the 9-pin on a normal hit. He's had so much power and so little deflection, the ball actually drives through the 5-8 zone. A pin comes back across and knocks out the 9. Webb has his first strike. He has a chance to take the lead here with a double.
Left the 2-pin here on the left lane. Opportunity to jump on it. Wayne Webb of Indianapolis going against Jim Winklepleck.
Webb has to slide the pin, the 2-pin, over into the 10-pin area. Get the ball on the left side of the 2-pin.
And that will pump the adrenaline.
Just as we diagrammed, the ball's over on the left side of the 2-pin, drives it straight in the 10, a big conversion in the 6th frame for Wayne Webb. He still continues to trail by 1 pin. Winklepleck, 6th frame.
After an open. Crossing over and really perplexed and troubled is the Oregonian that's out here.
Speed control, that's his problem right now. He's trying to aim the ball into the pocket, aim it over his target instead of freewheeling it. Jim Winklepleck is a very hot and cold player. When he gets hot, he can shoot tremendous scores. Right now, he's trying to be a precision player, and that's just not his game.
Tight first match. It's been a long week. 42 games, field of 160. Leaders by round, Randy Lightfoot and Dave Usidu finished 6th overall, along with Gerald Bauer and then Pete Weber, our tournament leader, leading the last 3 rounds. Pete Weber, tournament leader here. You'll see Ricky Sajak today, Ernie Schlegel as well. Great field. Oh, he liked that. Jim Winklepleck of Portland, Oregon, with a strike that came frame with a strike, a sweeping strike on the right lane. He'll be shooting next on the left. 5 feet 5, 145 powerful pounds. Trailing by 1, but he can take the lead by 9 here with the strike. Going against Jim Winklepleck. High hit, leading to 6-9.
That shot was caused actually by the horrible shot that Wayne Webb threw in the 6th frame. When he came up in the 6th frame and left the 2-10 split, he fanned or fouled through to the right, causing the ball to hook left. So he made the adjustment on the approach, and then that time didn't use the same type of shot. He got another good break, a fairly close there, the 6-9.
All right. Wayne Webb finished 5th here in 1981. Jim Winklepleck finished 7th in 1981. So they are really familiar with the house.
Well, they've each had an hour's practice on the championship here before we came on. They're just tentative. They got to cut that ball loose. Here's Winklepleck to extend his lead. This is the 3rd time he's had a chance to really get a big lead. Let's see what he does.
Does it, lofting it out on the lane. So he leads by 11, and we're getting down to the 9th frame for this 26-year-old non-winner, 7 years a member of the PBA.
And this is the shot that could put the match away. Neither player has been able to string any strikes together. Winklepleck, 11-pin lead. Double working can extend that lead to 21 pins over a floundering Wayne Webb.
2-4-8 for Winklepleck. Next shot.
Winklepleck just flips the ball out of the line. Look where it is on the first board. He wants it to come all the way back. Now watch the break he gets over here in the 10-pin area. At one time he has the 2, 4, 5, 10 standing. Here comes the ball in light. Look at this. The 6-pin nudges the 10 out to give him a possible easy spare.
There in the 9th frame, and now Wayne Webb closely looking at Frank Esposito and Harry Golden's score sheets to make sure where he stands at this point. Now the foundation frame with the spare working.
Match play competition. Going down to the last 2 frames. Webb needs a double to take the lead.
What does he get? 4, 6, 7. High hit.
Wayne Webb all week long has fiddled around with a new grip in his ball, and that time he lost the ball. He just dropped it. He has switched to a grip that allows him to get out of the thumb hole very fast. That time he laid it short. It cut right through the heart, and he really dug himself a hole with that shot.
You know, Bo, all of us are plagued by marginal thoughts, and he dwelled at length to me earlier today the fact that he has never won from number 4 position, from 3, 2, and 1, but never 4, and that's sort of a negative thought, isn't it?
Very much so, but it's partly psychological and partly physiological. Wayne Webb, a power player, very seldom puts together 4 real good games.
Joy to watch with that ball hanging at his side, and he just powers it to the line.
He may regret that attempt at the 4, 6, 7 that he threw away 1 pin on, because right now, if he strikes out, he'll have a 182 game. Winklepleck could still win with a 9 count on the first ball and not even have to mark.
Webb still has a chance to take a strike on this ball.
Oh, pesky 8 down on the left lane, and Wayne Webb in his third championship round appearance this year with 2 seconds.
And a fifth right now.
Yes. And $5,000. A 172.
Winklepleck just has to keep it on the lane. He's got 165, plus all he needs is 4 pins to win the match. Just stay behind the foul line. And he's going right down the middle. Smart move.
Got 9, he's a winner. So he's 1 step closer to his first win. Jim Winklepleck now must face the defending champion, Ricky Sajak of Margate, Florida. Will be Winklepleck, who defeated Wayne Webb in the first game, welcomes in a gesture of sportsmanship Ricky Sajak, the defending champion. He won here last year, qualified 3rd for this year's round. Ricky Sajak, winner of 2 tournaments, and Winklepleck's victory over Webb was 183 to 172, 4 strikes. Here's Winklepleck. Well, a 310.
Here's the loft and roll of Jim Winklepleck. And he has a nice roll on the ball, but it just breaks too sharply at the back into the lane. He leaves a 9-10 split. What he has to do is pick up the ball speed. He's throwing the ball too slow, and when it's going that slowly down the lane, it breaks too quickly and he can't control it.
So close. Sub break, open frame, number 1, Winklepleck.
Winklepleck trying to get that ball lodged right between the 9 and the 10. Just hooks a little too much, catches the 9-10. He has to pick up the tempo. Ricky Sajak, a proven winner out here on the tour, knows how to win this tournament. He's trying to become the second man this year. As you see the fingertip grip of Jim Winklepleck with finger grippers to help him hold on to the ball. Trying to be the second man this year, Sajak is, to defend his title. Hannah did it last week.
Ball just didn't come up, and he left the 2 pin. While he was off the tour, he won regional titles, in fact 7, including 2 last year, but different here. Let's, Bo, take a look at his release.
Now watch Winklepleck as he comes down through. He's playing that deep inside line. He's standing on the left side of the approach. And he's going to release the ball out in this area and loft it way out to the dots. Now watch this shot. You see that ball go about 3 feet out over the line. Here's Sajak. He looks real sharp, Chris.
Extremely high hit, but banked the 4 right off the deck. Ricky Sajak, and of course, with that opening double, takes a 21-pin lead. 6-footer, the only person I know that weighs less than I do. 120. Son of a gun.
Just as good looking, though.
Thanks.
Sajak playing the right line, the right type of shot. He's not playing the big hook. The lanes are hooking quite a bit. In other words, the ball goes right to left if you put a lot of spin on it. But Sajak's going down and in. That's the best shot.
3 in a row for Ricky Sajak. Wound up and firing. Last year he did also. Look at that. Grand Slam, the light slam. Well, he was 4th.
If that had been a first where that 654th was, it would have been $1 million for him.
Right.
Winklepleck just cutting through the heart. He's all over the lane. Almost every shot is either high or right. What he tries to do is speed up the ball and then make the adjustment to the right on the approach. Because if he lets Sajak get too far ahead of him, it's going to be all over by the 5th or 6th frame.
Really costly open frame for Winklepleck, who won the first game 183 to Wayne Webb's 172.
Big trouble for Winklepleck. He goes hard and straight as the 3-6, chops the 3-pin straight back, and has really dug himself a hole in the early going here. Wife Patrice looks on, one of the real nice ladies of the tour. Has both children traveling with furry gym in their motorhome. Good young player here.
And leaves the 7th pin.
As we said, big trouble. And part of that is caused by the speed of the ball. When you don't have enough ball speed, when a hook comes into the pins, it doesn't keep the pins driving in the right direction. That's the particular time the 5 pin went straight back instead of into the 7 pin. There's a shot he should be throwing on his first one right there.
Okay. Winner, second game. Sajak. Oh, 3 pins. You know, as they cross over in the championship here, Sajak bowled 3 games on this pair and averaged 257, Bo.
Wow. That's 1 game in the qualifying and 2 in the top 24 round. In the position round last night, he finished with 9 in a row on this pair as he goes quickly to 3 pin.
And we talked to the slender fellow, asked him the differences in his game from 84 and 85. Here's what he said.
Well, this year I got off to a slow start, and a lot of it was there's a lot of more pressure out on me. People expected me to do as well as I did last year, which was very outstanding for me. And my arm swing and my game was very tight the first few weeks. And I went home this week, and I loosened it up a little by practicing a lot, and I'm ready to go today.
I guess he is ready to go, but now he faced with a 2-8 on the left lane.
He said he loosened his arm swing up, and he loosened it up on that one. He sent it out wide, got a really good break, and didn't leave the 2-8-10 split. We saw the 2-10 left by Wayne Webb in the first match, which he eventually converted. We saw the 2-4-8-10 combination almost left by Winklepleck. So this is going to be an important combination to cover. It may see it more than once.
So the defending champion here, it was a Meisterbrow Open last year, and then a few weeks later he went on to win in Milwaukee. Here is Ricky's wife, Debbie. Debbie, her parents living in Margate, Florida, and now Ricky bowls out of that area. Here's Winklepleck from Portland, Oregon. Just did not come up. 2-4-8-10. So, problem.
We talk about playing the correct shot to the pocket, and here's the problem that Winklepleck has. His ball is so wide. Look where his ball is, and it comes in late. 2-pin goes here, and the 6-10, the ball carries out with the big hook. Now watch the 10-pin stand. If you were down and in, the ball would carry the 10 out, and you wouldn't have this difficulty. Tough shot.
So now, another open frame for the winner of the first game over Wayne Webb, 183 to 172, Winklepleck. So he has 60 through the 5th frame, trailing by 57.
Winklepleck, the only man in the field who is not eligible for the Firestone Tournament of Champions, a field of 52 players with basically the 10-time titleists and winners from the last Firestone are all eligible.
And a 3-10.
Chris, he's going to have to wait till another day. He's doing the whole series of bowling tips of the week here in 2 games. He's got a possibility of bowling under 150. We haven't seen a game that low in a while. Here he tries for the 3-10. Cross lane, a little extra speed.
Okay. Converts that one. Sort of a gesture of despair here on the live telecast from North Olmsted, Ohio, suburb of Cleveland. Originally from Highland, Indiana, northwestern part of the state, Ricky Sajak. Ricky Sajak has championship strategy, Bo.
Well, this is on the championship here. He's going to play the outside line. We've seen that. Use a shiny or low friction ball to cut the hook down. See that, Chris? If you shine up your bowling ball, it won't hook as much. If you sand it or clean it off a little bit, it'll make it hook a lot more, and that's really the essence of our bowling tips this week.
Right, and that'll follow this game. This big Rick, they call him. Boy, and he is a double now. He'll be up next. He'll be in the 8th.
11, can't breathe. My nose is so stuffed. Air can't get through. Prove it. Would you try just add long-lasting nasal spray?
That's for anything.
It can give you relief in seconds that last all day. Can you breathe now? And so, prove it. Still breathing freely? Yeah, prove it. Give it to yourself. Twist-on long-lasting goes to work in seconds, lasts all day. Or try Twist-on regular.
Ryder presents a moving tribute to those industrious few who saved money by renting a truck from somebody else. The Brewbakers from Akron who saved $14.50 moving to Topeka. Stanley Helms who saved $8 moving from Tulsa to Reno. The Willis's who saved $6.95 on their move to Seattle. And finally, to the Blevins family, who saved a grand total of $13 and found out, like they all did, that it's Ryder or it's wrong.
When you set out to create the perfect home, start with the windows. The windows more people come home to than any other. Anderson windows. Far more energy efficient than ordinary windows. Engineered for life of easy opening, easy closing. Finished with a beauty that will endure for generations. Anderson windows and patio doors are built to last, like the homes they're built into.
Tomorrow on ABC Sports Beat with Howard Cosell, the Houston Astros Dickie Vaughn was struck by a pitch that sidelined him for most of 84. Now in 85, he will try to make a courageous comeback to Major League Baseball. See him in a candid interview on ABC Sports Beat with Howard Cosell tomorrow.
Back live in the Buckeye Lanes, we're in the finals of the Loud Beer Open. Welcome the Brewer and their slam. And our tournament leader has a shot at it, Pete Weber. Here's what happened in that last match. Sajak eliminates Winklepleck 212 to 167. We're live here in the suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, and coming up next, a two-part live telecast on Wide World of Sports. That's right. Boxing Championship, Aaron Pryor going against Gary Hinton, and that is going to be a tremendous junior welterweight championship bout, followed by live coverage of a step toward the Kentucky Derby. It'll be the Florida Derby from Hallandale, Florida. So, now we get to the tip of the week with Nelson Burton Jr. We talked about standing the ball.
Think about the people. Think